You're going to need to use your white page that has your notes on box and Whisker Plots that we started yesterday to finish taking notes with today. Now, I have already taken the values in the data set at the bottom of the table, at the bottom of the paper, and I have put them in order from least to greatest. Before we do anything else, I want you to take a moment and do that too, because when we're looking for those 5 points that we started yesterday, that's the very first step that we need to do, is we need to put the numbers in order from least to greatest. That makes it to where we make sure that we have everything organized and that we don't leave out any values. So go ahead, pause the video, put them in order from least to greatest. Remember to make sure that you count and verify that you have all the values. Once you have all your numbers in order from least to greatest, it's going to be a process of following those steps that we talked about yesterday. And you guys are already familiar with a lot of this. So the first thing that we need to do is we find the middle number, or we find the median. Okay, so I'm going to count up my values. I believe there's 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So then that tells me that since it's an odd number, I'm going to have one value in the center. So I'll have 5 on each side and then 1 that's in the center. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right here, my middle value, my median, is 73. So I'm going to go ahead and write that over here, because I know that that's going to be one of those 5 important numbers, and it's part of my box and whisker. Once you find the median of the whole data set, then the next thing that you need to do is find the median of the upper half, or you're going to find the upper quartile. So I'm going to do that by looking at the 5 numbers that are left on this side of the number line and finding the one that's in the center. Since there's 5 of them, I know it's going to be 2 and 2 on each side of the quartile 2, or the upper quartile, and that's 92. So I'm going to fill in that on this little list of important values we have here to the right. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the opposite side. I'm going to find the median of the lower half of the data, the lower quartile. And again, I know I have 5 points, so I'm going to use the 60 that's right here. Now, of course, if you find that you have 2 numbers that are in the middle, we've talked through this a lot, we've done it a lot, you're going to have to average those 2 numbers, and then that's what you're going to use. So now that I have those 3 values, I need to find my minimum and my maximum. And those are going to be very easy for us to find because our numbers are in order from least to greatest. So we just need the smallest and the largest numbers. So our minimum is 50. Our maximum is 96. Once we have the 5 points that we need, the next thing that we have to do is draw our number line. And for us, we've got a line started here, but we need to fill it in. So I want to draw a number line that is going to fit the data set that I have. My data's values go from 50 to 96. You don't have to write every number. I'm going to go ahead and count by tens. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start at 50, and I'm going to count by tens across my number line. And I'm only going to need to go up to 100 because my maximum is at 96. So once that's filled in, we have to then plot our points. We're going to plot the 5 data points that we need to make our box and whisker. So I'm going to start with my minimum is 50, and I'm actually going to do it up above my number line. It's not going to be on it. It's kind of hovers in the air above it. So I have a point at 50. So this one is now plotted. I have a point at 60, and I'm actually going to change my color for that. So I'm going to plot that one. My median of my full data set is 73. So on my number line, I'm going to go to about where the 73 is, and I'm going to put my point there. And then quartile 2 is 92. So I'm going to go about to where 92 would be. And then I have my maximum, which is 96. So I'm going to go about where the 96 point would be. Once we have all of those plotted, we are going to connect our quartile 1 and quartile 2 with a box and then draw our whiskers. So I did in blue the points that are going to be in the box, on the box and whisker plot. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put a vertical line through those 2 dots and draw my box. Then I'm going to put a vertical line through my median, or as close as I can get to my median. Let me try that again. And then I'm going to draw my whiskers. I'm just going to connect my quartile 1 and my quartile 2 to this information, to my minimum and my maximum. And then that way I have all of it put together as a box and whisker.